Hello everyone, it's Melinda here with CatSmashPuzzles, and today is the third video for the 2025 US National Series that I've been doing, and this is the final individual puzzle. So I've done all 3 qualifying puzzles up to this point, and I have determined that I would have qualified in any of the 3 rounds. I did better on 1 versus 2 others, but I do think I had no issue getting into the finals. So the final puzzle, and you've seen it a few times already, is a Ravensburger 500 piece, and it is Home Sweet Home, and I am super excited to do this one. A lot of people thought it would be another flower themed puzzle because all the qualifying puzzles were flower themed, but this one is actually kind of a fantasy puzzle, and which is one of my favorite type of puzzles to do, and so I do think I'm going to do really well with this one. Now, since everybody in the qualifying rounds, the top 67, there is now 200 competitors in the finals, and these are the faster people that you're competing with. So my time for this one has to be much better than probably the last couple ones. Even though my times were good relatively to the standings, I do think I need to actually probably be under my pieces per minute goal of under 52 minutes, because that'll put me in the top 37 contestants. But the fastest time for this puzzle, for first place, was Kelly, at 40 minutes and 34 seconds. That will probably be a tough one to do. I don't think I'll get that fast. I can probably maybe get this one in 45 minutes, I think. But it's going to depend on how dark some of the pieces are. If it's kind of darker than what the picture's showing, I might have a harder time. I do think I can get this one under 50 minutes, though, which would get me, in that top, at least the top 30 for sure. So I do think that'll be my goal to... My general goal of under an hour, it'll be there, but I think that one's really kind of not a goal for this puzzle because the top 97 people got under the hour, and I, like Worlds, when I did the Family Tiger and the Oasis, I got right at that hour mark, and I was like 120th. So the hour mark is good for general, it's good for just maybe more challenging 500-piece puzzles, but it's not probably good for competitive puzzles, especially the finals version. You really need to push it. You really need to get under my pieces per minute goal. I need to be above average, above my average in order to compete really well against everybody else. And I do think that this puzzle is going to be beneficial to me because it's one I like, and when you like a puzzle more, when you're doing it, you tend to go faster naturally, and you also enjoy it, so it's not a frustrating one to put together, kind of like I had a little issue with the Flower Boutique. It was starting to get a little frustrated, and when you get frustrated, it tends to slow you down. Quick side note, everybody, all 200 contestants did finish this puzzle in the hour and a half, so that is actually kind of nice. I do think that it is always wonderful to see that everyone actually got to finish. It does show that usually the puzzle that's picked is a good one for competition, and we always want everyone to finish no matter what place they end up in. It is a good thing for the community to come around to someone, and I believe at the live stream, if you do watch the finals individual live stream from the Nationals, you will see everybody cheering the gentleman on who was finishing last because we all wanted him to finish. We all wanted everyone to finish. It is a very much... There's competitiveness, but there's also a community surrounding everyone that wants everyone to succeed. So I think that's always something nice to see, for sure. As for this puzzle, let's smash it. 53-43 was my final time for the 2025 US Nationals individual final puzzle, Home Sweet Home by Ravensburger, a 500-piece puzzle. So, I do think I really did well with this one. My time doesn't seem to reflect it, in my opinion, but I really had a good time doing the puzzle. A lot of fun, a lot of colors, and I do want to mention the artist who did this puzzle, because I did mention it earlier, Demelsa Halton. I hope I pronounced that correct. She did a wonderful job. I believe they invited her to the U.S. Nationals, and she actually spoke on the live stream with Val. So I did want to mention the artist, because it was very pretty. There's a lot of little details, little critters all around, bears, pandas, rabbits. So let's see if I can do a good pickup test, and I think it'll be alright. Barely. There we go. Came out very pretty. So that is one thing about the U.S. Nationals. They do 2 pre-released or unreleased puzzles so that no one has the opportunity to do it once. Because if you've done a puzzle once again, you have a very, very big lead on everybody else. So that is one thing about them. I think they actually did all the puzzles that I've done, that I've shown you today, and all the puzzles on the website of the results, which I will have linked down below. They actually were all unreleased puzzles, so no one, not even the qualifying puzzles in pairs, teams, and the individual were released, so anyone had a chance to do it. So that was actually kind of nice. So I'm a little disappointed where I landed. I landed in 54th place, which not too thrilled about, I'll be honest with you. I guess I don't know, maybe I'm just feeling under the weather today, or I don't know. I tried to do an 8-hour sleep, and hopefully that was going to reinnervate me, and I think I really went through the puzzle relatively easily. I started off, I kind of, again, went a bit scattered on this one. I just went through pieces that kind of identified to me each section. The blue sky, the yellow section up here, the kind of the sparkle sprinkles down here off the trees. But I think that was probably why I was slower, was I was just kind of scattered and not focusing on each section, and just kind of going everywhere at once, which something I have been, I kind of did at the beginning when I started speed puzzling, and I've been trying to sort of hone in on and try to concentrate on one section, maybe 1 or 2, maybe even 3 at most, but not like 10 sections at once, because that gets you kind of everywhere. But I did think my start was strong, my middle was strong, but my ending was kind of slow, and I think that's what happened. I remember, at least, I'll look at the tape, but I think when I was at the 40-minute mark, I was doing really well. All of a sudden, I took 13 minutes to put in 100 pieces, and it usually takes me 5, so I don't know what the deal is there. I've kind of done a switch on myself. I used to have a slow start, medium, middle, and then a very fast finish. Now I've done the opposite. I have a very fast start, medium, I guess medium, middle hasn't changed, and then starting to be really slow on the end. So I might have to see why I've changed that. I mean, I'm glad that my beginning has gotten faster, but not in the detriment of the end. So I gotta figure that out a little bit. So 54th place. Well, I did not get to my goal of probably being in the top 30-ish is where I was trying to get up to, or get under 52 minutes. I was the top Texan time. The top Texan officially was in the 56-minute range, but not all the fast Texans were there, and I know one of them couldn't compete. So that wraps up my 2025 U.S. Nationals individual puzzles. I look forward to doing the Worlds, which would be happening or just finished up this September. And I will hopefully do that next series when I get hold of those puzzles. So that'll be probably later in the year, probably December, I'm going to guess, just for the fact that my friend has to get hold of the puzzles. And then, allow me to borrow them, because, my job is to make sure I don't lose any pieces. As for this puzzle, we did not quite get under a 52-minute goal. We did get under the hour, but it wasn't technically a goal for this puzzle. So I'm going to say we did not smash it today. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.